Right, just going to do a video. Someone called George, I think, was asking me to do this video for a while, and I had a bit of trouble with the website, so I wasn't bothering. But Superman's Girlfriend, Lois Lane, number 48. It's the second of two stories, like connecting stories, where Lois Lane's traveling through time and Superman's rescuing her. So this is part two, Superman's Girlfriend, Lois Lane. Having failed to fathom Superman's secret disguise in the Hellenic Age, Lois Lane eagerly braces herself for a second test of her powers of detection in a romantic setting. The world will never forget. Yeah, that was really badly read, wasn't it? Read The Courtship of Cinderella Lane. This is part two of the story. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, listen to my tale of woe. In which disguise does Superman hide? This I must know, if I'd be his bride. So here you go, she's Cinderella. You got the Mr. Click there, whatever his name is. You got that guy who looks like Superman, dressed up with he's a blacksmith, and you obviously got your Prince Charming character there. Superman, where have you taken me? This place looks like one of those little kingdoms you find illustrated in a child's book of fairy tales. Good guess, Lois. The world's most famous legend had its origin in this picturesque principality. Wouldn't it be fun if we reenacted the story of Cinderella? Oh, that would be Ginger Peachy. I'll be Cinderella, and you'll be Prince Charming, huh? Stop joking, Superman, and be serious. How can we hide our identities in this Never Land? Very easily, Lois. I happen to have scouted the situation. I can't read toffee. Very easily, Lois. I happen to have scouted the situation with my supervision. So I'll give you a helping hand. First, your beautiful gown gets torn to shreds, pardon me, rags. Your hairdo is mussed, and your face and hands dirtied. But wait! Oh! Seconds after, look at me, I'm a fright. Why did you do this to me, Superman? So you'd resemble someone the soldiers and your loving stepmother are looking for. And now that your identity is settled, I must find one that will completely baffle your powers of detection. So long, Lois. But hardly had Superman streaked out of Lois's view when... There she is! There's Cinderella, the runaway wench you've been searching for. Cinderella? Oh, now I understand why Superman turned me into a dishevelled mess. He wants me to play Cinderella in this time period. In this ragged get-up, he knew I'd be mistaken for the real Cinderella. Naughty girl, driving your poor stepmother to distraction. She's off somewhere in the fields looking for you. She thinks you ran away to seek a job in the city. Can you blame me? I'm forced to do all the household chores, while my lazy stepsisters do nothing. Funny how the whole fairy tale comes back to me now. Shortly at Cinderella's home. Don't worry, the minx will be well punished for causing us this trouble. Maybe if you treated your stepdaughter more decently, she wouldn't run away so often. Good grief, my stepmother and one of my stepsisters look like down the lung with back teeth. Presently, I'm hungry too. When do I eat? You don't. Not a morsel. Not even a scrap of garbage do you get tonight. Now go back to the fireplace and sit there till I tell you to wash the dishes and sweep and scrub the floors. She's a piece of work. Come on, why won't you turn? Why won't the page turn? Come on, turn, page, turn. Turn, page, turn. Later, as Cinderella slaves away, too bad you can't go to the prince's grand ball tonight, Cinderella. All the great ladies will dance with him. We will too, in our beautiful new gowns. Can you picture Prince Charming meeting Cinderella? He'd be so repelled at the sight and, smell of her. Ha! And not you know, sister, how this fairy tale winds up, which makes me wonder, how will the magic be performed to enable me to go to the prince's ball? Who'll be my fairy godmother? What will Superman's disguise be? Prince Charming? Hardly. That would mean he'd have to marry me. Soon after, hurry, girls, the carriage is here to take us to the ball. Coming, mother. Have a lovely time, Cinderella. You'll enjoy dancing with all the mice around the fireplace. I've changed their voices about 10 times already. But when Cinderella's family leaves, they weren't kidding. There's enough mice around here to stock a research laboratory. Ugh, I hope my fairy godmother shows up quickly. This place gives me the creeps. Evening, lass. Something tells me you want to go to the prince's ball, and my dear, you shall. Keep transposing letters. Gasp! Mr. Mxyzptlk, what are you doing here? Well, I had a truce with Superman, and I owed him a favour. Thus, when he whisked me into 1964 and asked me to play your fairy godmother in this time period, I was only too glad to oblige. All my magic, dear Lois, is now at your service. How do I know you're not I'll get my voice all over the place. How do I know you're not Superman in disguise? Maybe Superman exposed himself to some form of red kryptonite, which temporarily gives him your magic powers and appearance. Be as suspicious as you like, gal, but let's go down with your Cinderella impersonation first. Fetch me a pumpkin from the garden. Really, really badly, but I haven't done it for ages. And no one watches these anyway, so it doesn't really matter if I read badly or not. The last video that I did that he asked me to do this on, he's the only person who ever commented on it. Alright. As Lois bewilderingly replied, oh dear, I'm making up my own words now. As Lois bewilderedly, As Lois As Lois bewilderedly obeys. Good gal. Now watch what I do to this vegetable. Fine. Wow, you've turned it into a magnificent coach with blue velvet seats and silver doors. But where are the horses? In this mousetrap, I'll transform the 6 squeaking mice inside into 6 prancing white horses. Oh, I turned the page back soon. Spoiler there. Next moment. I must hand it to you, Mr. and Mrs. Pitterlick. You are amazing. Tush! 'Tis merely child's play for a 5th-dimensional imp. Now for a coachman and 2 footmen. This rabbit and these 2 lizards will fit the bill beautifully. Bravo! No wonder Superman has so much trouble with you. But what about me? These rags are not exactly what the well-dressed Cinderella should wear. Aye, and you could also use an instantaneous magical bath. Shut your eyes, girl. When Lois is told to open her eyes, good gracious, you did it! I've even got glass slippers. The works. Now jump into the coach and drive away to the ball. But remember one thing, you must be home before the clock strikes 12, else you know what will happen. As Lois promises and the coach drives off suddenly. What's the matter? Why are we stopping? One of the horses has lost a shoe, which yonder blacksmith can replace most efficiently. See for yourself how strong and skillful he is. Soon as Lois's eyes almost pop. Holy cow! The smithy's driving the shoe nails into the horse's hoof with his fist. He has almost superhuman strength. He could be Superman. But if he were Superman, would he want to betray himself by exhibiting such awesome strength? I may be over suspicious, but I can't rule out any suspect until I'm absolutely sure he isn't Superman in disguise. Presently, at the prince's palace. Mother, am I dreaming? Isn't that Cinderella? Impossible, daughter. Could your grimy stepsister change into such a vision of loveliness? But Mother, see how impressed the prince is with this mysterious beauty. He has deserted his dancing partner to greet her. Soon as everybody stops dancing to watch the prince and the beautiful strange maiden whose name nobody can guess. Prince Charming is even more handsome than legends say. But no fairy tale mentions he wore a costume of red, blue, and yellow, Superman's colours. This could be strictly a coincidence, but then again, if Superman took on Prince Charming's identity, even the super clever Man of Steel could have made a subconscious slip when he picked this costume for the ball. Despite her suspiciousness, Lois enjoys dancing with the prince so much that she forgets all about time till she catches sight of the clock. Bong, bong. But where are you going? Good heavens, I must scram immediately. Farewell, Prince. Bong, bong, bong. Come back. I don't even know who you are. And vice versa, my friend, so far. Bong, bong, bong. Oh, the fairy... Excuse me. Oh, the fairy tale is working on schedule. There goes one of my glass slippers, but I don't dare stop to pick it up. Time is running out. Bong, 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 bong. It has run out. The clock has struck 12. The coach and horses have vanished, and so have my beautiful gown and clean face. I'm drab Cinderella again. I'd better race home before people put 2 and 2 together. But before Lois gets very far, the prince's coach. He has the glass slipper and is looking for me. I'd better duck into the shadows before I'm seen. Look out, Prince. Our front wheel is breaking off. Shortly. Luckily the accident occurred near your shop. Aye, sir. I can easily replace the wheel. The prince left the slipper behind in the smithy. That gives me an idea. I'll sneak over while nobody's watching. Next instant. Ah, as I suspected, my slipper isn't the same size anymore. Now it's too big, so the prince must be Superman, because according to legend, he must marry whoever the shoe fits, and Superman doesn't want to marry me. Knowing it would only fit me, Superman somehow stretched the slipper to escape his predicament. Therefore, though the blacksmith has terrific strength, Prince Charming is my man. Now to go home, confront Prince Superman when he shows up, and win my wager. Wow, this is a convoluted story, as quite a lot of these are. But when the prince appears at Cinderella's home in his famous quest, Mother, the slipper doesn't fit either of us. Nor will it fit my foot, as the prince very well knows. I know nothing till every girl in town tries the slipper on. Please extend your foot. Instance later. Ah, the slipper fits perfectly. You are my beloved, and we'll be married at once. But that's impossible. I tried on the slipper at the blacksmith's, and it was too big. What made it shrink back to its original size? It's easily explained, Lois. Lying near the blacksmith's forge, the glass slipper was expanded by the heat. That's when you tried it on. Later, when the prince retrieved it, it contracted in the cool air. You're wearing that slipper now. Surely if it got that hot, it would have been burn her foot, wouldn't it? Never mind that. What's more important is to correct a wrong guess. Since Prince Charming can't be Superman, it must be the Smithy. How stupid I've been. Who but Superman can possess his fantastic strength? So sure, Lois. Okay, I'll produce your blacksmith with a snap of my fingers. Oops. Odds bodkins! What am I doing here? Observe the burns on the Smithy's hands, Lois. Have you ever seen such scars on Superman's skin? Darn it, no. Then the blacksmith can't be Superman either. Wait, I've got it. If Superman is not the blacksmith in disguise, or Prince Charming, that leaves only you, Mr. Mxyzptlk. You must be Superman, as I suspected from the start. Poor Lois. Always him, him, him. Why not a her? Yes, Lois, a her. Your wicked stepmother. Stepmother? Why can't I speak? Your wicked stepmother, who is at this moment returning to town with a real Cinderella, whom she found hiding in the fields. Yike! Yike? But all this confusion about mistaken identities is interfering with history. Mr. Mxyzptlk, can't we unscramble this mess and restore all personalities and events into their proper places and order? Elementary magic, my dear Superman. With one wave of my hand, I'll erase all remembrance of you, Lois, and me from the minds of those who dwell in the past. A magical second later. Very neat. The blacksmith is back in his shop. Prince Charming is fitting the real Cinderella. The real stepmother is gnashing her teeth in envy, and nobody even knows we're here. Now for a last favour, Mr. Mxyzptlk. Will you kindly say your name backwards? With pleasure, Superman. Well, mine sure wasn't a Cinderella story. I got the wrong man every time. But I still have a third chance to guess your identity, don't I? Yes, Lois, and as before, I'll give you every chance to win. Hold tight as we streak into another time period. Poof! Well, we all know that Prince Charming and Cinderella lived happily ever after. But what about Lois Lane's romantic hopes? Read on and see how Lois fares in part 3. So there you go. As requested, that was part 2 of this 3-part story from issue 48 of Lois Lane. Very, very strange. There was no clues whatsoever that Superman was cross-dressing as the ugly stepmother. Puff and cross-dressing, both in the same title, in the same comic. Yes, fair enough. I can't believe Superman has cross-dressed as an ugly, as a bad stepmother. But yeah, that's a Lois Lane's tale for you. Mad as a box of frogs. Hopefully the sounds come out okay. Yeah, cheers for watching. I don't know if I'll do any of these again because you may have noticed I'm not really doing any more videos at the moment other than haul videos and the odd live stream because I just didn't feel there was enough people interested and it was a waste of my time. So anyway, thanks to let's quickly check out this fella's name. He's been asking me for this video for a fair old while. Where is he? I had him written. Well, I thought I had it down here. George Kennedy. Sorry, George Kenny 812821 was asking for this for quite a while. Yeah. So there you go. That's it. That's it. Finally done. Cheers for watching and cheerio. And until next time, have a great, amazing day. And may all your news be good news.